so that we can send this to other people. But my name is Tracey. I am a Teen Beachbody coach. I'm an independent person, but I follow Beachbody programs and nutrition plans and recommend them to other people, and we run online accountability groups with that. So, and we'll get into the online accountability groups in a few minutes, but I kind of wanted to talk about what we're talking about today is 80-day obsession, and what it is and how to get started and how to do the nutrition plan and all of the different things for this program. It's a fantastic program. I've been doing it for about a month now. There's 3 phases in the program. This weekend will be the end of phase 1 for me, and then it will go into phase 2 and 3. So the workouts, let's start there. There's 2 main parts of this. There's the workouts and there's the timed nutrition. Workouts they tell you, and this is all on Beachbody On Demand, you can stream it like you would stream Netflix. So you have an account with them and you log on, and you have all the different workouts available to you. And there's a program materials under every single workout. Every single group of workouts. So underneath the 80-day obsession, there's program materials. Inside the program materials are calendars. I don't know if you can see that or not, but this is a calendar of phase 1. And it tells you on what day do you work out, what day do you do what workout. And for each phase, there are 6 workouts, and you get a 7th day, which is your rest day, which you can do a stretch or a foam rolling or anything like that. But on the 6th phase, you have 6 different types of workouts. The workouts are total body core, booty, cardio core, AAA, which AAA stands for arms, abs, and ass. Not my term, hers. So, and then legs, and then the last one is a cardio flow. So each one of these workouts, most of them are weight centric. So they are strength building workouts. There is some equipment required with these workouts. They need weights, somewhere between, depending on what your current level of strength is, medium, light, medium, heavy. I've been working out using weights and stuff for 2 years now. So my heavies are 20 pounds, but my lights are 8. But I know people who haven't been working out, a 3, a 5, and an 8 might be sufficient. So weights are not that expensive. You can get them on Amazon. You can get them at Walmart. You can do all of those different things. But the other piece that comes with it is when you order your kit, you would get these loops. Oh, aren't you sweet? So these are resistance loops. And so there's a light, medium, and heavy of these. And when in a lot of the workouts, we are either putting them around our wrists and doing things, or pulling them down, or wrapping them around your thighs or your ankles. These things look really innocent, but this little piece of rubber is an incredibly effective way to train your body and your muscles. So we use those quite a bit in the program. And then the second set of equipment is these sliders. They are kind of like a Frisbee or a paper plate, and they come with a boot that you can put over it as well. If you're on hardwoods or any kind of hard surface, you want the boot over it so it'll slide on the ground. If you are on carpet, you don't want that, because I do mine on carpet, so that's why mine are not on there. But you put your feet on them and you slide around with that. So that's the equipment necessary. There are, under program materials, there are these tracker sheets. I don't know if you can see that or not, but there are tracker sheets, and these are really, really important, because the whole point of the program and the whole point of any program is to try to progress in your fitness level. So you can't do that if you don't know what you're lifting, and you don't know what you're using, and you don't know which bands you're using, because then you're just guessing every single day. So at the beginning of each phase, you'll print out tracker sheets for the entire phase. This is 1 day. And it says, gives you the exercise and a place for you to put down either the weight that you used or the resistance loop that you used. And these are really, really helpful to be able to progress to the next level. And all of this stuff is you just print it. It's available with your Beachbody. service. So that's really, really cool. That's a great pieces of information. All right, so that's basically the workout portion. Let's talk about the nutrition piece, because that's the part. Hold on, I lost my sheets. Where did I put them? Oh, crap. Oh, there they are. The nutrition piece is the piece that's the part that scares everyone, and typically that's because all of our nutrition tends to be off in life. In the diet and exercise world, the nutrition piece is always the harder piece for people. So this program, it sounded really complex to me. When I first started, I thought, you know, I'm not doing that. That's too hard. It's too much effort and everything. And now it's like the easiest thing that I have ever done in my life as far as a nutrition plan. She makes it so, so easy. Basically, she tells you what to eat and when. The concept is that you're going to eat every 2 to 3 hours starting when you wake up to when you finish your day. And how that works is very easy. You start, and in the very beginning when I started, I would eat my first meal and I would set my clock on my phone or my watch and be like 2 hours. Then I would know that when my watch went off, I had about an hour leeway to eat again. And it tells you what kind of meals to make. So she's telling you what to make when. Well, I mean, you can kind of move meals around based on your day and your convenience. So like I have my different meals. I put all of my different meals on cards so that I know what my options are for the day. And then the night before, I kind of plan out my day and I move these around in different orders. So I'm like, all right, I know that I'm going to work out in the afternoon today, so I need to eat this meal then, and I need to eat, my other meals fall here. This meal is always my dinner meal, so this is the one that I'm always going to use for dinner. It just is help, and it sounds complex. It's really, really not. So the way that Beachbody does it is there are these containers, and your kit will come with these containers. So each one of these containers, and there's like all different colors and sizes and stuff like that. These are a different food group. So the green one, yeah, see Lisa Marie's got hers right there. The green one is vegetables, purple is fruit, red is protein, yellow is carb, blue is healthy fat, and orange is seeds and dressings. This is the one that's the most complex for me to try to figure out what to do with it. I pretty much just eat pumpkin seeds or olives in this container because I can't figure out what else to do with it. I don't eat a lot of salad. I'm like the vegetarian out there that does not like salad. So a lot of people use that for salad dressings, but I don't like salad, so I'm not going to eat it. Let's see. So the other portion, so there are different plans based on what weight you are starting at. And you recalculate throughout the program, but not every single week. You recalculate like once every 2 weeks to once every 4 weeks. So there's a calculation. It's in the program materials. Lisa Marie, what kind of shake is that?
Cafe latte.
Yum.
I'm sorry, I thought it was muted. You guys heard me washing my dishes.
That's fine. It wasn't too loud. So based on your weight, there's a formula. It's basically your weight times 11 plus 600 minus 750. I know that sounds really complex, but it's really not. And that will give you a base calorie spot of where you want to be. And then you find which bracket you are in. So I will tell you, if you fall into bracket A, don't eat bracket A. It is just period, not enough food. You will be starving and you'll be angry at me. So don't do that. So, but if you are anywhere above B, C, D, E, F, all the way up to F, in your program materials, there are these fantastic eating plans by your plan. Find a color printer, and it was worth it for me to find a color printer to print these out because it's all based on containers. So, and it's got it tells you how many of each one of the containers that you can have during the day. And then it tells you how to do it, which containers to combine to make a meal. which are my carbs, okay? So one of my options is a purple and a red and a teaspoon. That's perfect for a Shakeology. That one is, because your Shakeology counts as red, and then it's great to throw a fruit in your Shakeology, so I throw a half a banana in my Shakeology, blend it up, and it's delicious. But like, I know my dinner meal, I want a vegetable, a protein, a carb, and then I eat my olives or pumpkin seeds, and a teaspoon, because I usually like a teaspoon of olive oil over my vegetables, because that's really fantastic. So anyway, and then it gives you like more specific, like it gives you a sample of like how these meals might work. Lisa Marie, you're sharing your screen.
Yes, I wanted to share my alarms and how I set them. I interrupt you to do it. It's the first time I've done that. Now I don't know how to get out of it.
Okay, so she sets hers up with, you know, on her phone, she's got different alarms of when to start eating. The other big thing with this is that you eat specifically around your workout. It's called a workout block. All right, so before your workout, you eat a pre-workout meal, and then within an hour of your pre-workout meal, you work out, and then you eat a post-workout meal. Basically, you want to fuel your workouts properly, on both sides, so your body can use the fuel to start and then use the fuel to recover your muscles when it's done. That's the whole concept. All right, so in that, I'm trying to think of where I want to go next. So with that, post-workout, there is, so for my pre-workout, I have a green and orange and a yellow. So I normally, if I work out in the morning, I use that as like eggs and sweet potato chunks or toast and peanut butter, and like I'll put veggies in my omelet. So that's like a great pre-workout meal. If I'm gonna do it in the afternoon, usually that's my lunch, is my pre-workout meal. So that's like I said, I'm a vegetarian. So I do like a veggie burger and the bun is my carb, and then I use some sort of an extra vegetable, usually one that I have done the night before for dinner. I save some, and then that becomes my like vegetable at lunch. So immediately after you finish your workout, this is where the Beachbody performance line comes in. Brandy, we had talked about this a little bit, and you decided not to do it, which is totally fine. But this is where you would use that recover formula.
Right.
Now, if you don't have that recover, just sub in any protein. So whether it be some deli meat, or I've seen a lot of people do deli meat in this, like just watching other people who aren't doing it, like deli meat and a fruit. Because you immediately post-workout, you want a protein and a fruit to restore the sugars and the protein into your body as soon as possible post-workout. And then within an hour to 2 hours after that, that's when you would eat your post-workout meal. So does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so that's the performance line, is post-workout. And then there's also an energize, which is like a 30-minute before you work out, like 15 to 30 minutes before you work out, which is like an energy supplement. And Brandy, I'm going to give you a couple packets of that for free, just so you can try it.
Okay.
And I'll just mail it to you in the mail, because it's real cheap to do that. But those are fantastic options as far as, because these workouts, they seem like, oh, those loops, that's no big deal. They're a little bit longer, and they're a little bit more intense than the normal like 21-day fixed workouts. They're somewhere between 30 minutes on the short side to an hour. There's a lot of them that are an hour. So that's why that energize stuff really just kind of helps. And I have found it to be invaluable. Meal prep, that's the last thing I want to talk about, and then we'll talk about the challenge group. So the best thing to do with meal prep is to come up with, kind of figure out what your meals are going to look like, and prep as much as you can ahead of time, so that when you are getting to your post-workout meal, all you have to do is pull things out of the fridge and reheat them. For me, there's a lot of people who make those like egg cups in a muffin pan thing. I don't like the texture of those, so I don't make those, but that's a fantastic option. But for me, I like omelets. So I prep all of my veggies ahead of time. Like, so I always have a container of cooked mushrooms and cooked spinach in my fridge. So when I'm making my omelet, it takes me 2 minutes to make an omelet versus 7-8 minutes to make an omelet, because I don't have to remake those vegetables. And meal prep is one of those things that, like, if you can do it in the pockets of your life, like, that's what I find. There are some people who spend all Sunday afternoon meal prepping. That is not me. I can't do that. That's too much effort. So if I'm cooking dinner, I might throw something else in a pot somewhere. Like, that's when I'll, like, okay, last night I was making pesto pasta for dinner, and I was going to put mushrooms in it. So I just made a whole slew of mushrooms, took some of them out, and then went on with my meal prep. So I had some for later. So that's the kind of thing, those are tricks and tips that you've got to have in your plan, in your repertoire. Lisa Marie, do you want to talk at all about meal prep at all?
Yes. And what I would say is, if there were 2 meals that you were going to prep in advance, depending upon where you're putting your Shakeology, I guess, but I would say prep your pre-workout and prep your post-workout meal, because those are the 2 that I often find myself not wanting to spend the time on. Pre-workout, because I'm not a morning breakfast eater and I don't like to eat breakfast. So if I have to, like, take time to make it, it goes by the wayside. And so if I have it planned out, or if I'm going Shakeology like I did today, then I'm more likely to eat it and it goes quick. The post-workout is the one that I actually have the most trouble with, because my post-workout has 2 proteins. So I have a recover and then 2 proteins, which is basically like 3 proteins. And if I don't fix those proteins ahead of time, I often, make the mistake of cutting it down to 1, just because I don't want to make more food. So I would say that for me, those are the 2 meals that I always have prepped in advance. And then, like Tracey was saying, I always do the extra veggies whenever I prep a meal for the family. When I'm cooking is when I cook. There are a lot of people who do, like, if you work all day long, there's a lot of people who have busy work schedules that use, like, the prep meal days, or they'll do prep Sunday or prep Wednesday night, because some people don't like to eat food that's been prepped a week later. It's just, you got to figure out your groove with it. What do you like to eat? What do you like to make? And how is it going to cause the least time in your life?
And one other thing on that is, on Beachbody On Demand, there is the Fixate channel, which is a great option where you can find recipes and things like that. And I think she's actually got a bunch of the stuff pinned to the top that falls into 80-day obsession categories. There is also a cookbook with Fixate. I know one of the things that I found in the cookbook were these fantastic muffins, because one of my meal options is a veggie, a fruit, and a healthy fat. And I'm like, how am I supposed to eat a healthy fat? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. So there's a great recipe for almond and banana muffins, and it counts as a fruit and a healthy fat. It works for me. And then I do that, and that's actually a fantastic traveling meal. So if you are not home, like, those banana nut muffins are small, and so it's not like you're carrying large quantities of food. So I have a banana nut muffin and usually some sugar snap peas. I usually have a bag of raw cut up vegetables in my fridge, and that consists of carrots, which you just put those from the mini carrot bag. I cut up a couple peppers, and then I put sugar snap peas in there. And then when I am making it, I just grab it out and then put it in a small baggie for just what I need at that time. But it's good to have, like, a little bit of variety. I don't like to eat, like, an entire green container of sugar snap peas. It's too much for me. So I like to have that a little bit of variety. So I'd make a large bag of those raw vegetables.
I have been known to eat the entire bag of sugar snap peas. Guilty.
I didn't even know, like, sugar snap peas were a thing until Lisa Marie. So, but then there's, like, other things, like, that I do for I love to have pineapple post-workout. I find it an absolutely amazing post-workout fruit, because it's sweet, the sugar content is high, and it's juicy. So, like, the dehydration of working out, all that stuff. But so what I do is I will cut my pineapple, and then I'll take my purple container So I'll take my purple container and I'll fill it up, and then I'll dump it into small Ziploc bags, and just make so I'll end up with 5 or 6 small Ziploc bags full of pineapple. So when I finish my workout, I'm taking a Ziploc bag of pineapple out of the fridge and not having to worry about, oh my gosh, now I got to cut that darn pineapple. So that's another option. I do that with my sweet potato chunks as well. I make all those, and then I pre-portion and baggie themselves. I'm going through bags like freaking nuts over here, but some people do it all with the containers, but I find Ziploc bags seems to work well for me.
I do the same thing. I find the containers are really, really good, but they do leak a little bit. So I would not put pineapple in the purple container, put the lid on it, and put it in your purse. It does not fly. Not that I've done that or anything, you know.
No, never. So the last thing I wanted to talk about is the accountability piece. And this is the piece that makes Beachbody totally different. Because anybody can have a meal plan and anybody can have a workout program, but accountability and having a team of people who have been doing this and are doing this with you and are on the same journey as you is the crucial piece that makes us different. On our phones, there is an app, and you'll get a link to it. It's called My Challenge Tracker. And there are, what do we have, like 20 people in there right now?
Yes, around 20.
Okay, probably about 20. And there are probably about half of us that are doing 80-day obsession. So you're going to have half of the people who have already are a phase ahead of you to be able to help you and coach you through, you know, what do I do? I have all this gas, which was a real problem for me.
Tracey, I can say a little something about that. This program, yes, while everybody can have an eating plan and everybody can have a fitness thing, I have never seen a nutrition plan like this, and I have never experienced a nutrition plan like this. This will change your body. It will change your metabolism, and it's different for everybody depending on where you're coming from. So don't freak out if different things start happening. Like if you feel more full, if you feel more hungry, if you get bloated, if you get gassy, that may all happen because it really does affect your metabolism and the way that you process food, which is why we love it. And it's worth sticking to.
Yeah, and one of the great things is that we are here and we've done it now for a month, so we're a month ahead of you, so we can help coach you through that. And that's part of my job. Like if you have any questions along the way, you just like raise your hand and be like, hey, I don't know what to do here. I'm having this feeling, or I can't get all my food in. And then, or I'm still hungry at 8 o'clock at night, or, you know, and we can walk through each one of those situations as it is specific to you. But I really, really think that doing these workouts by themselves, while yes, it would work, there's nothing like this time to nutrition. This time nutrition is the key to this program and is the key to major successful results. So on the accountability, on the app, we log our workouts every day and we log our shake every single day. Because those are the two pieces that are just they become non-negotiable to you. These are the things that we say, okay, you have to do these. If you do nothing else in the day, do these. And it is very encouraging to see what other people are doing. And then like someone else said, you know, I made it through all the push-ups on my toes today. And so then we can cheer you on and give you accolades for that. Or, you know, I'm really struggling with those push-ups. Does anyone have anything? Like we had someone who was saying, I can't do all this side plank work because my shoulder. So do you have a modification? So I put a video out for a modification for side plank for her. So those are things like if you start mentioning those things, we can help you. And then I guess the last thing I want to talk about is alcohol. So this was a big one for me, like huge. I drink a lot of wine. I'm not gonna lie. I love wine. But for 80 days, I have committed to no wine. And that's because I really wanted to see what would happen with the revving up of the metabolism the way that it is. And wine, not only is it calories, but it will slow your metabolism down. I should say wine and beer, or alcohol, because not everyone likes wine. But alcohol will slow your metabolism down, and it will fight the thing that we are trying to do the most with this program. So am I saying give up wine and alcohol forever? No. I'm saying you can do this. Does the drink control you, or do you control the drink? I don't know if you have wine or alcohol at all. But that's one thing that we are encouraging with this particular program is to not be drinking. I went out for my anniversary and I had a glass of wine. That's okay. And I'm going to Jamaica in like 2 weeks and I will have some alcohol there. But because I think there's a time and a place to enjoy your life as well. So in the midst of that, that's kind of what I'm saying. And like I have planned things where I know I'm going to be off, but I'm not going to be off because I had a bad Friday. Or, that's the difference there. So there is balance in life. And so I am sticking to this. I've never stuck to anything like this to a T like this before. Like this has been, I would stick to something 5-6 days and then give myself a day off and just go and have and eat whatever I wanted. Not with this program. I am not taking weekends off for this. And it's making a huge, huge difference in the results that I'm finding. So that is everything I had to say. Do you have any questions?
Not right now.
There's one thing that, Brandy, I don't know where you're coming from. Have you ever eaten sugar-free before?
Have I what?
Have you ever eaten sugar-free before?
Yes, I have done. Yeah.
Okay, so that's familiar to you because that can be a hurdle for some people coming in. Like if you're like, I know Anne gave up her sodas and that was awesome and huge. But I just wondered if you were coming from a place where that was going to be.
It's going to suck. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's going to be hard. Yeah.
Not even just that, but in terms of the way that you think of putting like your coffee together in the morning, sometimes you just have to rethink certain things. But I would definitely point you towards stevia because staying away from those artificial things is a big help. But that Shakeology is a huge reason why I can be sugar-free and gluten-free and dairy-free and soy-free in my life, because it really does. You'll be really, really happy with that, how it curbs your cravings and it's going to help you through the day. And one of the other things I wanted to mention to you as far as recover is concerned, there's a lot of people who will use Shakeology as the post-workout as opposed to recover. Just because it's sort of, it's something to drink because sometimes when you're right post-workout, you don't feel like eating a whole lot. So that's another good place that you can put that in there. And there, Autumn was talking about this in our coach group the other day, 2 shakes a day. If you're needing that, a shake replaces a red. And so 2 shakes a day is not unheard of, particularly if you're talking about a pre-workout meal and a post-workout meal. Those are places people are using them a lot on the program.
Okay.
Thanks. Yeah. So, and you said you did have some Shakeology left, correct?
Yeah, I have about a month. Actually, so I have quite a bit of the tropical strawberry, which I found was not my favorite.
Okay.
And then I had some chocolate, which was my favorite. So I might try to see if I can switch out some strawberry. Is there like any way that I could do that?
Is it an open bag or what's the deal?
No, they're like the individual ones.
How many of those do you have left?
I probably have a month's worth of the strawberry.
Okay. Well, what I can do then is the next time I get a shipment, I can swap it out for you because I actually really like tropical strawberry.
Okay.
So I'll just trade it with you.
Okay. I'll count them tonight to see how many I have.
Okay.
Brandy, I'm with you. I'm not the tropical. Everybody's got their favorite. It's crazy. Yeah. I'm not a tropical strawberry fan, but somebody suggested the other day in one of the groups that I'm in, putting cucumber and mint with it, which I thought sounded really good. So I'm actually going to cube up some cucumber and put it in the freezer and use it like I did and see if that helps. Just if you wanted to try another one and see. Whoever posted that said that they went from not liking it at all to loving it. So
okay, I'll try that. Thank you.
Yeah, I was surprised at how much I liked that tropical strawberry. I used it when I was doing a 3-day refresh, which is a vegan cleanse. And I was like, oh, snap, this one's really good. Because I am a chocolate girl. Like, I love chocolate. And that's what my shake is 99% of the days. but I have found that I do like that tropical strawberry a lot. So if you want to switch that out, I can get, I'll just make sure that my next order is chocolate packets, and I'll switch out whatever you don't want.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
I don't have any other questions. I'm gonna go through it today, and I'll go look at all the meal plans and the calendars and the materials and get ready.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I'm so excited for you. Hopefully Bethany got a good chance to kind of see at least some, and let me know if you like, if she wants to join. Then what we'll do is we'll put you as a coach, which would get you a discount on your future Shakeology, and then we'll get her to sign up underneath you, and then you'd get commission off of her.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure why she sent me a message, but I haven't read it yet. So
Probably a kid-related issue. Usually is.
Yeah.
So. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. Like I said, this is going to be recorded. So if there's other people this is recorded. So I'm going to post it on YouTube. And then if you have other people you want to share it with, if you thought that this was really helpful in getting it ready, I mean, like having an idea of what we're doing and what this is all about, we can share it that way. So.
Okay.
Okay. Awesome. And watch for that email from the My Challenge Tracker app this weekend.
Yes. Okay. Hey, Anne, can I ask Anne a quick question?
Please do.
Awesome. Are you going to do 80-day obsession? What'd you decide?
I'm not sure that I can do, because we're dealing now with hospital bills and all. I'm not sure that I can add getting all the materials and stuff like that right now. Yeah.
Have you looked at A Little Obsessed at all, at that meal plan?
I haven't.
Because I was thinking about you with that the other day, that would be a good bridge between what you're doing now and the 80-day obsession program without having to add all the materials or do anything dramatically different, and push you towards like that workout block, which I thought really, really helpful.
Yeah, and I think starting on February 15th, I think you're going to be able to just buy the loops, which would be a cheaper option for you since you already have the container. What?
Frisbees from the dollar store as opposed to sliders.
Yes, Frisbees from the dollar store, or even paper plates work.
Yes, true.
But yeah, so that would be a great option for you as well.
Okay.
So, I mean, and then you already have all your containers and stuff and all the program materials. You have access to that. So,
and hopefully I can find some friends to join us.
Yes, that would be fantastic.
That'd be awesome.
Follow up with those people who were in the free group. I know there hasn't been a lot of participation in there, but follow up with them.
Blonde's been my favorite so far. She's posted a little bit, but that's about it.
Yeah. Free groups, I was telling Ryan that last night. I'm going to actually stop this recording.